20s, no fives and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she wanted like me cause her lame, she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, 100 million bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, 100 million bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts, whole team counting, that's a big number.
S-T-R-O. Yeah. How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright.
Yeah.
I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know.
Okay, Coach, well, with the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cincinnati Bengals. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Here we go, here we go. Hey, hold on. Crunch time, defense.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Go.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He finds his running back, Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Yeah, 6 yards. Watch it, you ain't going nowhere.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati 1st down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Joe Mixon. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, a 22. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. On second and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. He'll get it up the middle. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Throwing now is Wentz. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here we go. Waiting.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. 3rd down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Wentz. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Complete to Bryant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Mixon with a first down carry. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
2nd and 9 now. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. The 20. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Dallas Goedert, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. This is Kelly. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They're going to look to throw. He completes it to Bryant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. They'll run on 1st down. Nixon, and he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Let's get it.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. It into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Wentz now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw, it's Wentz. Taking a deep shot. That's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 32 on the play. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back. In pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well. I
love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On second down now, it's Sanders looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And it brings up 3rd down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Here we go, here we go. 120!
They'll try to run with Sanders, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Once again with Sanders. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field. and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
You get Rodney.
2nd and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. He'll look to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
55, not 55. Check.
He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Rolling to his right. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement, so now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
The final shot before half for Wentz. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Wentz going to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Mecole Hardman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Let's go.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Once again, they run with Mixon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up the throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. And his throw here's incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for, and it's 3rd down.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. Found his target, it's Anderson. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 45-yard line. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. They'll set up to throw. Being chased out left. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 25 yards that time. Back to throw now on 1st down. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Second and 6. Bryant has it. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. A first throw for the backup Rosen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Through an opening, and there he goes. The 40, the 30, past the 20. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way. So
they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Flush to his right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 42. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Wentz now to throw. Staying on his feet. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Like the footwork back there, and I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A very solid gain of 27.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Derek Barnett able to record his 5th sack of the season. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Wentz throwing complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Wentz. Now they go screen. It's complete. As Sanders has it poked free, and the Bengals grab it, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door jar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. And Sanders has got it complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it 3rd down. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock. Really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now Rosen looking to throw. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Rosen going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down. To throw is Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. One final shot here for Rosen. And he's going to go down again. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Eagles, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Till we die.